Hey everybody, today I'm talking about road bikes, specifically modern road bikes versus road bikes from 15 years ago plus. And if you look at a modern road bike, they're basically a mountain bike with drop bars. It all started in the 90s. Giant made a road bike frame that had the geometry of a mountain bike. And it rapidly went to, just in a few years, all the brand manufacturers started making their road bikes with this mountain bike type frame geometry. And then the disc brakes, road bikes adopted disc brakes, road bikes adopted thru-axles, road bikes adopted a soft tail type suspension system that was brought in on the industry in the 90s. So like the Specialized Roubaix, these road bikes, they're made to flex. They're made with suspension now, the higher end road bikes. They're not full on shock, but they're made to flex a lot. And that's something that the mountain bike industry also innovated. So the mountain bike industry innovates and the road bike industry kind of copies it. And that's created a really awesome modern road bike that has disc brakes, thru axles, tubeless tires, lower air pressure, all of these things. But what that also, I like to think of it as you've got a hardtail mountain bike. It started with hardtail mountain bikes, and you have full suspension mountain bikes. Full suspension has a lot more things going on. It's a lot more expensive to maintain. It's heavier. Hardtail mountain bikes, they can be just as expensive as a full suspension, but it's a simpler system. So with road bikes today, they have a system. The modern road bike is basically, I would like to say, it's like the full suspension mountain bike with all these added improvements. But what they don't sell anymore is the hardtail version of the road bike, which is the original, I'm going to call it legacy road bike. The road bike with quick release axles, with rim brakes, non-tubeless tires, you know. These entry-level road bikes, if you went into a bike shop 15 years ago and you wanted to buy an entry-level road bike, it would be lighter and it would be faster for most things compared to an entry-level road bike today. Because all these things, they're innovations, they make the ride better. They make the ride better for certain use cases, but for some cases, just like a full suspension, if you bought a cheap full suspension, it might make you slower on certain trails because of the added weight. So as far as a niche that I think the cycling industry should go to, and I won't criticize, they should bring back the legacy type road bikes. The road bikes with the rim brakes and the quick release axles, because they're lightweight and also it's way cheaper for the customer to maintain that bike. Disc brakes add added complexity. Sometimes the brakes just fail. They need bleeds, they need pad replacements, they need rotor replacements. All these things add up. So if you're just an average cyclist, you're going into a bike shop, you're getting suckered on buying this entry-level road bike that weighs 25 plus pounds. You could, if the industry gave you the option, you could be buying something that weighed pounds lighter and for certain use cases would be a lot better for you to ride on. You know, out here in Utah, I think the disc brakes on road bikes is a great improvement. You know, we have canyon roads, people bike up and down. The disc brakes really add a safety measure, especially with, you know, carbon rims. I remember carbon rims, you had to have special pads, and I'd work at a shop and the brake pads sometimes would melt the carbon rims out here in Utah, riders. So it's something. There's a lot of YouTubers, I've seen the videos, they just say, the modern bikes are awful, modern road bikes are awful. And they're not awful, just like a full suspension is not awful. But there is a need and a market demand for the legacy type road bikes to come back. The rim brakes, the simpler adjustments, you know. Like if you live out in Texas, I don't think you need disc brakes on your road bike, you know. You'd probably be better served. You could probably go a little faster if they'd sell you a nice road bike with rim brakes. Just less weight, less complexity to that. It's kind of funny. Everyone got really upset with my gravel take, that gravel bikes don't need flat bar. Gravel bikes don't need drop bars. You could have a nice gravel bike with flat bars. But you know, you got to look at it from my perspective. I go out on my bike rides in my videos. I'm wearing the clothes I'm wearing now. I wear hiking boots. I wear Keen hiking shoes when I go out mountain biking, when I go up road bikes. The speed thing, I used to be obsessed with speed. I used to wear carbon shoes, clip-in shoes, and I had all the spandex. And I was obsessed with trying to go faster and faster. And I just got tired of it all. I just want to work on my bikes and go ride my bike. I don't want to have to wash extra clothes, you know. After I ride, I change my clothes, of course, but like having extra sets for cycling, and it gets a little bit too much. I decided I'd rather go 10% slower on my rides and just not have to deal with the hassle of engaging in that cycling type culture. And this is my wife's road bike. She had a Specialized Ruby for years, but she didn't ride it that much. And when she trained, she was riding her hybrid bike. So when she did her yearly rides, you know, 50-mile ride, it wasn't comfortable. So I got this Specialized Cirrus. I put on some nice DT Swiss wheels. It's got carbon handlebars, and it is a flat bar road bike. And this year, I bet next year when she does her women's ride, she's gonna go faster on this than she did on her Ruby, because it's what she's used to. And a lot of people, they say like, road bike drop bars, they're great for gravel because they give you different arm placements. And when I ride a gravel bike or a road bike personally, and I'm in these weird positions, like, yeah, I have to move my hands a lot too, but I do 8-hour bike rides, 6-hour mountain bike rides, and I'm in my bars, and I've never felt the need, oh, my hands are so sore from sitting like this. Like, I don't feel like I need to move my hand positions. So I got roasted on the last video about, yeah, drop bars give you multiple hand positions. And my response is, they give you multiple hand positions because every hand position is uncomfortable. I think flat bar hand positions are just great. My hands never get tired just sitting here, you know. They get tired in all these drop bar contraptions. But it's not, my opinions are just my opinions. I'm obviously kind of a goof in this truck, you know. So I would say don't get too frustrated about what I say. It's just my perspective. I feel like my perspectives are valid on gravel and road. And also I think it's a valid thing to think that road bikes, they should bring back road bikes with rim brakes and quick release axles. You know, there is disadvantages to them. They don't stop as good, but there was advantages on weight and simplicity. And I feel like that would be pretty cool to see those things come back. And yeah, so that's my video about road bikes. The modern road bike is the full suspension of road bikes. And there's a whole nother untapped market for the I'm going to call it the hardtail of road bikes, is that legacy road bike with the rim brakes. We need to bring that back because I feel like that could serve a consumer demand. Do you guys agree with me on that? Bring back the legacy road bike designs and see if customers want that. Or do customers always just want to mimic what the professionals use, you know? I don't know. I feel like mountain bikers, they've been proven that if they're on a budget, they know the professional is not going to be riding the hardtail Trek Marlin or whatever, but it's a good bike for what they want to do. I feel like road bike consumers are also pretty smart these days, and they would also understand spending $1,000 on a road bike with rim brakes versus the disc brakes and all the added weight to the modern road bikes would be a good purchase decision for them as well. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm happy people are watching these videos. I'm having fun making them and sharing my opinions. Usually I just share my opinions with customers and they have to listen to me while I rant about these types of things. So thanks for sticking along. If you haven't subscribed to my videos, subscribe. It kind of helps me out. And have a good day, everybody. Go ride a bike.